Hello everybody, and welcome along to the old stream farm. We're continuing on pretty much from where we left off in the last episode, except I brought the Renault back. That is that's ridiculously close to the ground. Can I do something about that? I think I can actually. Yeah, I think. Is this the one? Yes, it is. There we go. Bring that all the way up to the top. That's better. That looks a bit better. So this is full silage again, but we're not going to do anything with that just now. We've got 58,220. Now what I first of all want to check is the lawnmower. Requires 80 horsepower. Cool. Which means our little Agro Star here, little Dutz Agro Star, turbo, can't forget the turbo, is more than powerful enough for it. I think this is like 98 odd horsepower. I did have a bit of a tidy up while I was waiting for the trailer to fill during the last episode, so a few of our pieces of equipment are cleaned and put away, and the lights. How are we looking for a wheel now? Another full one. That's not too bad. Actually, it should come right up here. Let's see. That's not the pedal I want to push. Let's, we're going to cut this grass because this looks like really nice grass. Is it fully grown though? That's my next question. Silage is still the same price. Field 1, let's turn grass on. It's not. That's unfortunate. We'll cut it anyway. We'll try and cut it anyway. Yeah, 13 mile an hour cutting a field. That's impressive. But my plan for today's episode is to cut both fields and not completely wreck the lawnmower in the process. This field being the more important of the two. Is that cutting? No, it's not. Well, we'll cut what we can. It's just this one side, but I'm sure the other side will be ready to cut. So what I'll do is we'll just leave this in the field and then give it a little while to grow, and we'll just cut this section again, I think, if it lets us. 13 mile an hour cutting grass, I'm pretty sure it's quicker than the other tractors can do it. I feel like I'm cutting this the wrong way around. Maybe I shouldn't be driving over the grass that I'm wanting to cut. I would like to also replace the lawnmower at some point. Let's see, is there enough room? Yeah, this thing's really nimble. This little tractor has an amazing turn circle on it. Neat, very useful with yard work. I'd still like to put a path in, or a track, should I say, from that gate along here. But I'll get the grass cut first, and I'll do it. If only the whole field was done in this amount of time. This thing basically turns on itself, it's like a skid steer. What I'll do is I will time lapse the other field being cut. This episode's going to be all about grass today. And yeah, I'll time lapse that other field being done. And then we'll work on other things. Oh yeah, that was quick. I do like this little tractor. It's quite cool. I definitely recommend it. I've still got that field to harvest at some point, but I'm in no major rush for that just yet. We'll get that done in an episode or two. I'd like to start working towards being able to feed our animals more efficiently. I've not checked in quite a while. I have no idea how they're doing, to be honest. But we've got £58,222, which is what we had at the end of the last episode. Given that we're working with grass today, I can put the speed back up. I'll let it go on a little bit and then slow down to ×5 again. So we get this unfolded. There we go. That should be working away just fine. Got a good yield on this one. But, like I said, I'm going to time lapse this and see you when it's all cut. And of course, the rain has arrived. Not the end of the road, but still. Whenever it rains in this game, it rains for days. Not literally, but it does rain for quite some time. Almost missed my road there. And we're going to put this lawnmower back in the shed. Down this very steep hill. I think it was this shed it came from. I keep forgetting. The tractor might be nimble, but the lawnmower in the back is longer than the tractor, so I can't just turn next to things. Now, what I need to do is grab the Renault. can disconnect the trailer with quite a bounce. And the Renault's going to be on the baler because we are going to be baling in rain boots. That's the done thing. The baler's there. We're going to use Follow Me for this. We're going to be using the Dukes. Oh dear. Oh well. I could get the Dukes to fall one back. Ignore that bale. I had a feeling when I parked the baler there that something like that was going to happen. So hopefully he follows properly and doesn't like randomly drive into a shed or something. I feel like changing that track so straight on. As usual, the first bale is not going to be the crop that we want. I'm just going to leave this here. And the wind roar is behind that ginormous pile of manure over there. This thing should have power to I don't even think it's fuel driven, to be honest. Come over here. Can't see where I'm going. More of that. And magically throws some grass out onto the road because of course it does. Get it back to a normal offset. Hopefully that kind of fixes the set. Let's see. Yeah, it's working, but we need to set this so that it's only going 6 miles an hour. So that way they can drop the bales without falling too far behind. They should catch up. I should manage that turn without too much difficulty. Yeah, I managed that fine. I am expecting them to miss some. Hopefully not too much. I still have my HUD on. Hopefully not too much, but I fully expect there to be some missed, but I'm not that bothered about it in this field because this is really all this field is used for. to be honest. Might not always be the case, but just now I don't mind having multiple layers of grass to windrow. And he seems to be doing not too terrible anyway. I can position myself a little bit better here. This bit's going to be a bit more interesting though. This is where they're going to miss some. Especially with the way I've just turned there. As long as they get some of it. Okay, the last little bit here, I was going to go around with the baler picking up the rest, but I don't think I will in this instance. I really just want as many bales as I can get without spending too much time on it. I'll drive completely off the field because there's a big pile of it here. Right. That's the thing. Given how much there is left, I will do some. Just to fill the baler really. Right, turn it off, lift it up, unload the bale almost at full speed, probably, yeah, that's not moving. I thought it might be rolling along the field. That would have been close. And let's jump back in little doots. We're going to take the windrower back to the farm because we're going to need it for our other grass field. Yeah, well, it looks pretty good in the mirror there. Driven straight past the farm. That's clever. I wonder if the Rhino was going to make there. Oh, it did. Reasonably impressed with that, actually. Oh, okay. Really? I mean, I'm also fairly impressed that he managed to drive the Renault that far in. That takes reasonable skill. The lights are on. I shall move that out of the way of the Renault a little bit. That under cover there. Let's see how our other field's getting on. Still growing. Oh, that's a shame. What we're going to do is we are going to buy a tether though. Bigger but takes less power. I would go for that one. Yeah. 16,000, why not? I was going to pick that up and use Farm Simulator logic to head a field in the rain. And, well, you never know, maybe when we get back from the shop, the rest of the field might be ready to harvest. The grass might be grown enough. I'll see you when we get back. Okay, it's not looking like it's actually grown, but we'll tend what we can. Kind of ashamed of myself that we're this far into the series and I'm still buying fairly basic equipment. I mean, the tether's not that basic, but you'd think with animals we'd have one by now, but we're doing that, but we would have had one before now. I don't know what the yield will be like on this particular field. Fence it. Not expecting anything overly fantastic. But it was fertilized twice, but it was just grown. So, might get a bale or two out of it. It's farming simulator logic that allows you to dry grass in the rain. Some groundbreaking abilities there. Apparently there's a bit of grass I can't. Beauty. I think this is the last little bit of this. We'll get to Winds Road and see how many bales we can get out of it. We'll do all of that ourselves. Not sure where to head it, and oh, mistakes were definitely made. We'll just keep the tether in this shed there. And of course I left the wind for right where I need to turn. It's all fun and games until someone leaves their wind roller in the way. I really need to finish that trailer. It's a good place for it, in the sense that it's right where I need it, but it's also very much in the way. Actually, I think 3 passes this takes. I cut the grass quicker than this. £12 wage payment. Terrible. Expensive workers. £12 for driving from a field to the farm. Maybe it includes the danger pay of having to drive through the trees as well, though. It's almost wide enough to get it all. There's some weird shapes I've gone in here. it's not too bad. Not the biggest sloth in the world, but it will do. Let's not make the mistake of trying to drive through here when it's open. There we go. That's all the work that's getting for today. We'll jump in the Renault to do the baling. It's already attached, and I think we need the extra power anyway. How many bales do we think we'll get? I think we'll get to 3 at a push, but I think 2, I'd be happy with 2. I think we're only going to get to 2.5 maybe. You never know, may not even get the 2. Trying to not miss too much. Can't see through trees though. Yep, we're at 100%. And that's the rest of the field grown. I'll deal with this field another day, like properly. What I'd like to do today is get this picked up, the bales put, or 2 of the bales put in the mixer wagon, and hopefully not drive too much of that crop or any of it. That was probably not something I'd be able to do again. And get this track put in. I still need to turn the gate around. Dump the bale over here. Out of the way a little bit. Yeah, not gonna make a 3rd bale. I probably could if I went around picking up every tiny little piece, but I don't really want to do that. Yeah, a little short, but we'll just leave that there, turn the engine off. Let's start landscaping. Yeah. I never remember the controls for this. Change radius X. Make it quite small because I'd like to try and match it up with what we already have. But that isn't it. Neither is that. It's close, but it's got foliage in it. That's definitely not it. That looks like mud. That's it. Something along these lines. Let's zoom out a bit, make sure we're coming up to the actual gate. That's sort of what I have in mind. Not exactly, but not too bad. I'll be more inclined to use this once the gates turn around and the lights. Join that up there and take a little bit of that mud out there. The other thing I'm going to do is create like a little bit of a way into the field there. Something along those lines. It feels like there's a field entrance at least. Hopefully I can get a little bit closer over here now. I'm going to remove some of the foliage from around here. Like so. It's a bit straight, it's not overly detailed. Still not sure what to do over here. One thing I did want though is like a turning area up here. I do tend to do U-turns at the end here. Something along these lines. Let's have a look at this path. Track. That doesn't look too bad. I'm quite happy with that. I just still need to fix the gate so it's not opening straight into the front of a truck that drives straight through as if it's nothing. What I'll do is I'll turn it around so it opens out this way. I like how I didn't do it straight, which was totally my intention and not an accident by any means. Maybe I had a few little details like patches of mud and that kind of thing. I think there's something with all this. Maybe take these trees out or something, in fact. Something I can do just now. Just cut this tree down. Wondered if it was going to fall there. Little bit extra. We'll cut it up into manageable pieces and we'll take it away with the other little bits and pieces of wood we have lying around. Probably cut that bit in half. Should be able to pick that up. Very branchy tree, this one. I love the sound of the chainsaw. Oh, that works too. There we go. Let's put that way, make sure we can pick up this bottom piece. We can't. I keep forgetting we have a skid steer loader, so we don't even really need to cut it up. Let's go. bit of a branch in it, but I will cut this piece up because otherwise I'll forget to bring the skid steer over. And what I'll do is at some point I'll do the same with this tree. Although this one's not too much of a problem, it was that one tree that was. And at some point I'll cultivate all this away and plant grass. Maybe we'll clean up some of these bushes as well so we can get a better look at the sheep pasture. I think the fence is all the way in anyway, so. But I'm going to leave this episode here for today, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, then don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, you can hit that subscribe button. And if there's anything you'd like to let me know about this episode or any of my other episodes, then feel free to leave me a comment. Thank you all very kindly for watching, and I will see you all next time.